Really important to people living in northeast Duval County. The Mayport Ferry on the St. Johns River. Now, there could be a sign out front reading, "Under new management."
Now it has a permanent home with the JTA. We're very excited. You can see from the new paint job and the logos.
What it means that JTA takes over the ferry and some other developments for the city's transportation authority. First, Agriculture Commissioner Adam Putnam, the former congressman, with his view on the changes coming to Northeast Florida's delegation and the efforts he's making to keep consumers safe on This Week in Jacksonville. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Joined by the Honorable Adam Putnam, Florida's Commissioner of Agriculture since 2011. Also, U.S. Representative from Florida's 12th District for 10 years starting in 2001. I definitely want to talk about your efforts as Commissioner and certainly your priorities for the state and your role right now. But I was hoping we could talk about this top-of-mind subject in Northeast Florida. That's about the voice to Capitol Hill. Lots of changes about to happen here. So tell me briefly, what was maybe that best part of your 10 years of service as a congressman?
You know, a big part of the best memories of 10 years in Congress was getting to serve with Andrew and Kitty Crenshaw. Florida, not just Northeast Florida, Florida is losing an extraordinary person of character and great leadership, somebody who really stood up, and his legacy is going to be some groundbreaking legislation to support individuals with disabilities.
The ABLE Act.
The ABLE Act.
He's very proud of that.
He should be. I mean, he's left a big mark on that, on our port, taking care of our veterans. And so Northeast Florida's got a big decision to make in trying to fill Andrew Crenshaw's shoes. But he is just a great human being who also was a wonderful congressman for Northeast Florida.
Now, do I understand correctly? You guys went into Congress at the same time?
We did.
2001, after the 2000 election?
That's right.
So, so he's continued to serve. He said, "I don't know what's next, but it just feels like the right time." Well, that's one of the reasons that I think folks in Northeast Florida are wondering what's coming, because with redistricting, Corrine Brown has a much different district, and now a little bit of a battle, as we're seeing, because the congressional district goes east-west. Yep. We know State Senator Al Lawson is a candidate there. So I guess tell me your reaction to
and the
what,
DeSantis seat.
And Ron DeSantis, exactly.
Yeah.
So that seat has changed a little bit as well, because it goes farther south. There's no guarantee that Northeast Florida will be represented there. It might be somebody in Volusia County or farther south, or that sort of thing. So how would you advise the people who live here in Northeast Florida what to do about making sure that things important to us get communicated to Washington, D.C.?
Well, you know, this is a big decision. These congressional seats don't come open terribly often. Right. And then to have a competitive seat and two open seats at the same time, it potentially has significant consequences for everything from the restoration of the St. Johns River, a long-term water supply policy, continuing to have robust, improved infrastructure in the port, making sure that we protect ourselves from a future base closure commission, right, and making sure that the Marine detachment at Blunt Island and that the Navy presence in Mayport is something that has a strong Northeast Florida advocate in Washington. I mean, you know, Andrew was really the voice of the U.S. Navy in the House of Representatives. So all of those things are important, and Northeast Florida is a thriving, diverse economy, from the timber industry to the natural resource-based industries, the recreation, the tourism of our beaches, our golf, the military influence, and then the opportunity to diversify into manufacturing and logistics, building off of the strategic asset of the airport, the seaport, warehousing, rail, surface transportation. All of those things really represent an opportunity for us to steal jobs from Georgia, create new industries for our young people, and really have a community that we can all be very proud of.
Yeah. So let's take the port, for example. Obviously something that Mr. Crenshaw has been passionate about. Certainly Corrine Brown has been passionate about federal dollars and investment in what happens at the Jacksonville port as well. So someone who's going to be new to Congress, doesn't have the seniority behind them, how do you make inroads there to make sure, again, that the things important for this area are communicated, are priorities for other people across the nation?
Well, you want to select someone who's going to be an impact player from day one, somebody who is a strong communicator, a strong advocate, someone who knows the diversity of this Northeast Florida community, somebody who can work with all sides. One of the frustrations about Washington is that they fight like cats and dogs about the most petty things, and they fold like cheap suits about the most inane things. And so you want someone who's a problem solver. You want someone who's going to be a forceful advocate for their constituency, for their district, for our state, and know how to build those bridges to solve problems. On defense issues, they tend not to be terribly partisan. On natural resource and agriculture and timber and forestry related issues, they tend not to be as terribly partisan. On transportation issues. So, this is a big opportunity that will have consequences. You need to think about the giants that Northeast Florida has produced. Tilly Fowler, outstanding member of Congress. Charlie Bennett, Andrew Crenshaw. There's a long history of great public servants coming out of this, and gosh, I have no doubt that the voters of Northeast Florida are going to keep their record intact.
So, Commissioner, one of the things you mentioned was being able to work across party lines. And it seems like the environment we're in now says, nope, you've got to be as far from the middle as you can be, either left or right. Is it possible for somebody, you're a member of the Republican Party, is it possible for somebody to win a Republican spot being closer to the middle than farther to the right or left?
Well, people are looking for someone who's plain-spoken, who's going to tell it like it is, and someone who is going to fight for the things that are important to them, not gloss over important problems, not be mealy-mouthed about the solution, but, be a fighter for solving problems and really being willing to roll up their sleeves and work hard instead of just going up there and becoming one of the crowd and, enjoying the nice restaurants in D.C. and kind of goofing off and not really making Northeast Florida's priorities your passion. And so that's what's important. And, you have to run the gauntlet in the Democratic primary and then run the gauntlet in the Republican primary. And then you have to be able to attract crossover votes to win in November.
Yeah. So Commissioner Putnam here had the D.C. experience and said, I'm going back home. He came back to Florida here to run for office and now to serve. So Commissioner Putnam, more to discuss with us, including his priorities for the state concerning consumer protection, water policy. That's just some of it. Our interview with the Agriculture Commissioner still ahead on This Week in Jacksonville. Stay with us.
Do you love that sound? Me too. I hope you never do, but if you ever go down, call me, the lawyer who's ridden these same streets and knows just how dangerous they can be. The Green Law Firm, 904-900-4778.
Some things never go out of style, like doing business the right way. No tricks, no gimmicks, just quality used vehicles at a fair price. Every vehicle we sell is fully serviced with a warranty. And we finance our vehicles direct to you, not through some out-of-town bank. Look around for our sticker. You see so many because good business never goes out of style.
Hi, I'm Olympic gold medalist Shannon Miller. Join me Saturday, May 14th at Riverside Park for the Shannon Miller Foundation 5K and Kids Fun Run. All kids run free, and all kids and 5K finishers receive medals. Register now at ShannonMillerFoundation.com or at any First Place Sports location.
I love my pollo.
The chicken skewers are awesome. It's juicy, it's flavorful.
And you take a bite and it's just like, no, I'm serious.
I love Pollo Tropical.
The citrus marinated pinchos.
They come on this little skewer stick.
It's amazing.
The new chicken pinchos from Pollo Tropical. Try them in a Tropi Chop with a drink for only $5.99.
Man, it's like a party on a stick.
They are awesome.
I just gotta, and that's it. Add a little pineapple rum sauce, and I'm in the Caribbean.
Pollo Tropical. Life's better under the palm.
This is Pastor R.J. Washington of the Titus Harvest Dome. Join us on Channel 4 every Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. We're going to have a God time. Yes.
Nissan's family of crossovers with intuitive all-wheel drive. See driving in a more confident light. For a limited time, lease Rogue, just $189 per month, or save up to $1,250. Take on Mother Nature. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Applying for disability benefits or already been denied? Call me for a free consultation. I've been practicing law in Jacksonville for over 15 years, and I want to help. If you wait, you may lose valuable benefits you can never get back. The Green Law Firm, 904-900-4778.
Has the I-Team uncovered a stunning Facebook secret?
That's so creepy.
Check your feed.
I didn't even know that was an option, and I'm pretty secure with my Facebook.
Careful what you say out loud. Is Facebook listening?
I had no idea that Facebook was listening that much.
The one click that will keep the spies out.
One of the most important things that consumers can do is...
The I-Team investigates Facebook spying. Thursday on the 10 o'clock news. You're watching This Week in Jacksonville with Kent Justice.
The Florida Commissioner of Agriculture, Adam Putnam, is with us. So you left the D.C. job to run for a statewide office. You came back, now serving your second term. Tell me about some of the accomplishments you've had so far, and then we're going to talk about these priorities for the coming couple of years here.
So I like to say that I got out of Washington with my soul and my sanity still intact.
Not everyone does that, I understand.
Well, not everybody. It's important to be in a place where you feel like the time away from your family is meaningful. And I feel very confident that the work that we've done in the last 6 years as Commissioner of Agriculture has been rewarding, and we've been able to actually make a difference. And that's the thing that had been so frustrating to me in Washington. And so on things like child nutrition and wellness, on things like water policy for our state, for water quality and water supply development, things like protecting consumers, we've made measurable, marked impact in the lives of Floridians. And Florida, as a result, has recovered more quickly from the recession, and we're a better state for it, and that's pretty neat.
Yeah. So 8 years from when that recession and everything started, we're still talking about how have we done recovering.
Sure.
I want to talk a little bit about the water policy that you just mentioned. It's been a priority for you. What really has been accomplished here with this new bill in the state of Florida?
Well, what we've tried to do is lay out the outline of priorities that funding now must follow. So you have a plan and then you go fund the plan, and for years we were just kind of throwing money willy-nilly at things and didn't have a lot to show for it. So we know that the state of Florida faces over 1 billion gallon per day shortfall of water by 2030. A third of that shortfall is in Orlando. There are decisions that the Orlando region might make to solve their problem that impacts Jacksonville, because that's the upper reaches of the St. Johns River. So we're all in this thing in a very connected way. So we've got to meet the needs of people and growth, meet the needs of our environment. The river is the lifeblood of this great city.
Absolutely.
And meet the needs of our economy and of agriculture. And so to do that, we've got to be smarter about capturing and storing water. We get, on average, 55 inches of rain per year, so I'd rather have our problems than California's problems.
Right. Yep.
But we've seen what happens when you let it get away from you and the economic harm that it's caused in places like California. So, and we've got to clean up our water. So whether it's our rivers, our springs, the Everglades, to keep Florida, Florida, to keep Florida the special place that it is, that people reward themselves with for a life well lived someplace else. They give themselves Florida. And when they get here, they expect to have clean beaches, pristine springs, access to wonderful boating and fishing opportunities. And that's why it's important. It's not very glamorous. It's not the most top-of-mind issue, but people expect us to get it right. Because if you don't get it right, you look like California, or maybe you look like Flint. Right. And that's an unacceptable outcome for the state of Florida.
Yeah.
Water is our golden goose to our economy and to our quality of life.
And really what I hear you saying, Commissioner, is it needs to be a coordinated effort, not just this regional thing, but throughout the state. You've got to pull those interested parties together and say, let's do this together, right?
You do. You really have to pull everybody together. The Keys are a global treasure, and they're a driving part of the success of Florida tourism. You may or may not have a house in the Keys, but cleaning up the Keys is important. Yeah, cleaning up the St. Johns River is as important as cleaning up the Everglades. And so it's you know, water is really the original tourist attraction to Florida. And so it's important to all of us. The regional solutions are important because the way that you fix the St. Johns is different than the way that you would fix the Apalachicola River and Apalachicola Bay in the Panhandle or the Everglades. But you need to make it a statewide priority. and avoid just the warring factions where South Florida's trying to steal North Florida's water and all those kinds of things. That's not acceptable.
Instead of mine, well, it's mine,
exactly,
and only mine, all that kind of thing. You know, your office also oversees consumer services. So I saw that you worked with the Senate and the House on bills regarding skimmers. Really, this is identity theft at the gas pump.
It is.
Why was that a priority, and has it made a difference, I guess?
Man, the bad guys just keep coming up with new ways to steal our money and steal our identity, and the latest is at the gas pump. So they put these devices on gas pumps. They're called skimmers. When you swipe your card, it steals your information, and then they create a fake card using your information to then steal your money, and then they go buy gas with that, and then they sell it for cash. That's how they monetize their crime. And under the old law, it was difficult to prosecute, and it resulted, if you could get a prosecution, in a slap on the wrist. So we have made it easier to prosecute. We've dramatically increased the sentencing, and we've required convenience stores to put security devices on those pumps to reduce the number of skimmers that will be out there. But if you think about how busy a really big convenience store is, they're stealing a lot of people's information before they get caught. And that's why we saw this as an opportunity to really crack down on it. And we are making an impact. We've discovered 200 of these devices around the state just in the last year and a half.
And I think I read, probably from your website, that each device is potentially like $100,000 of ripoff.
That's right.
You and me.
When you figure how many dozens of people are going to use that pump in any given day, and you know, if they're stealing on average several $1,000s from your account, it adds up very quickly. And it was a low-risk crime because the sentence was so light until we changed the law to protect consumers.
Yeah. Let me ask also about, you mentioned starting to heat up here in Jacksonville. Temperatures in the 80s all week here in Northeast Florida. That's a reminder to me that summer is coming. Tell everybody about this summer break spot and how your office is helping children this summer.
Well, it's been a priority of mine to put more locally grown produce into the school system. Our school cafeteria should not be the dumping ground for whatever the prisoners don't want. And so the idea of raising kids from kindergarten to 12th grade and teaching them that tater tots and ketchup is a starch and a vegetable doesn't make a lot of sense, because then we end up spending 60% of our health care dollars managing diet-related illnesses. So one of the aspects of managing the school lunch program is the summer program. We team up with YMCA, Boys and Girls Clubs, United Way, to have healthy snacks and lunches during their summer recreation programs. We've grown that program 40%. And it stands to reason that if kids if they're not hungry, they're going to be able to concentrate longer, be able to be more successful academically. Their bodies are going to be healthier, so they're going to have fewer health care costs. And if you continue that through the summer program, you're bringing them into a safe place to be with others, to have recreational opportunities, tutoring opportunities, catch up on some skills that they may be weak on that we learned about through the school year. And it's just been a great collaboration between the public and private sector.
Yeah, moms and dads always worry about, okay, during the summer, how do I make sure my kid's not getting in trouble? And here we're going to get them healthy.
Exactly.
Commissioner Putnam, what a pleasure. Great to see you again. Thanks for spending some time with us.
You bet. Thank you, Ken.
All right, looking at local transportation with JTA leader Nat Ford. That's next on This Week in Jacksonville. Stay with us right here.
Spring is the best time to lease a 2016 SRX from Claude Nolan Cadillac. Drive a 2016 Cadillac SRX for just $329 a month for 24 months. And remember the Claude Nolan Edge. No dealer fees, no finance markup, saving you thousands. Come in for a test drive today.
IHOP's new bakery favorites. Try cupcake pancakes filled with festive rainbow sprinkles or our chocolatey red velvet crepes. New bakery favorites. And here's another great reason to come together over breakfast at IHOP. Kids eat free every day from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Yawn talking. It happens at weddings.
Give me a kiss, the bride.
Restaurants. Even courtrooms.
Has the jury reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
Not guilty.
That's why Mattress Firm is having a Stop Yawn Talking sale. Save up to $300 store-wide and sleep happy with 0% APR for 3 years.
Case dismissed.
So come to Mattress Firm and stop yawn talking today.
Struggling with typical plastic wraps and foil can be a pain. Try Glad Press and Seal. Just tear, press, and seal. To keep food airtight, leak-proof, and where it belongs. Even when life goes a little sideways. Glad Press and Seal, the best all-surface wrap. Learn more at glad.com.
How does Hyundai celebrate being #1 in customer loyalty 7 years in a row? By giving you their absolute best offers during Hyundai's #1 sales drive. Hyundai's giving you more safety, more technology, more value. Oh, and of course, more warranty. Get more for less during Hyundai's #1 sales drive. Buy new Sonatas with 0 APR for 60 months, plus $2,250 bonus cash. Buy new Elantras with 0 APR for 72 months, plus $1,750 bonus cash at your Greater Jacksonville Hyundai dealer.
Most of us play by the rules. But as taxpayers, we all pay the price for those who cheat the government. Only when someone comes forward to report these cheaters do we, the people, get justice. Last year, people with information about government fraud helped recover almost $5 billion. These whistleblowers were rewarded by receiving a percentage of the monies recovered. For more information about fraud against the government, call us or visit forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
At Claude Nolan Cadillac, every customer receives the Claude Nolan Edge. It's simple. No dealer fees, no finance markup, saving you thousands. Get the Edge. Save time and money and start driving your Claude Nolan Cadillac today.
Local businesses compete for $250,000.
Why should the Jaguars or Web.com be supporting this?
Jag's top execs making the call. Tonight at 6:30 on Channel 4.
Thanks for staying with us this morning. Nat Ford, CEO for the Jacksonville Transportation Authority, is with us. JTA, always on the go, and recently taking over the St. Johns River Ferry. This is something that was, over the last couple of years, had really been a big concern for folks in Northeast Florida. Hey, what's going to happen here? Are we going to still have this?
Right.
And so now, maybe explain what the process was that JTA took over leadership there.
Right. So as part of our gas tax extension back in 2014, we agreed to help fund the St. Johns River Ferry and begin a process to transfer over into our operation. And so we were successfully able to negotiate a transfer agreement with the Ferry Commission that was created by the city to oversee the ferry because it's been bouncing around for all these years. And with that, we're excited to have it in our portfolio. We think it rightfully belongs under the JTA's purview. We're all things transportation and moving people.
Yeah, so one of the big concerns was, hey, in order for the ferry to continue in operation, we need some refurbishment.
Yes.
So where's the money come from that?
So we've been fortunate since this partnership with the Ferry Commission, as we were working through this transition, we've been able to get funding from the state as well as the federal government, and some of the first grants that this ferry has ever received. The JTA, we work...
It's about time?
It's about time, and the JTA, this is normal business for us. A lot of our operation is funded by the federal government and the state. We have those strong relationships. They trust us with their money, and so I think this transfer has helped the ferry receive more funding that didn't benefit from in the past.
Yeah, we showed your public relations person, Leanne Rassler, in the start of our show. They're talking about, you guys held an event to say, hey, we're taking it, we're excited. It's kind of a re-grand opening or something.
Exactly, because there's going to be an infusion of funding into the ferry, a great deal more marketing. We are partnering with the National Park Services, and so we're looking at this as a new part of our portfolio that we're going to uplift and really showcase in terms of transportation and put it under the other modes that we have in our showcasing and uplifting, like the First Coast Flyer service we talked about last December. So.
Right. So let's talk about something else that is coming down. This transportation hub. You guys came out with 3 renderings, hosted an open house. What's the feedback you're getting on this project from your community partners?
It's needed. It's about time. I think the feedback has been extremely positive on the architectural designs that we've gotten back. We've gotten 3 world-class designs, and we hope to make a decision soon.
Then what happens? Then it's, okay, this is the design, and then you kind of lay out the timeline? For
yes, we lay out the timeline. The plan is to have it completed by 2019. We would start construction in January of 2017, starting first with the Greyhound bus facility, and then the JTA's transfer facility, which will be right adjacent to that building, and then an administrative building for the JTA operations.
Where's the location? Is that already decided?
Yes, location is right adjacent to the Prime Osborne Skyway station, thereby bringing connectivity at a level that we haven't had here across multiple modes. You have Greyhound, you have our First Coast Flyer service, our fixed route bus service, the Skyway, along with, shared ride opportunities, and sometime in the far future, maybe, commuter rail at some point when the community is ready for it.
Is that something JTA is advocating for or pushing for, or you just have to wait for the process?
We have to wait for that process to happen. We have to plan for the far future. We can't design these projects just on the operation and the population we have today. We have to look at this facility being here for the next 50 to 100 years, sort of our version of a Grand Central Station. And we're planning for the future and
planning for growth.
Planning for the growth that we will see in this community. We know it's coming. And so we can't wait for that problem to arrive and then have our economy choked by a poor transportation network.
Well, let's talk about something here in our last moment. The Northeast Florida Freight Rail Enhancement Program, the Fast Lane grant. It is a mouthful, and I was going to try and spell it out, but I'll just go with Fast Lane.
Yes.
It's an acronym.
So building on our success in working with the federal government and identifying transportation challenges in our community, we've partnered with the Florida Department of Transportation, FDOT, to deal with the choke point issue that we have in the downtown Jacksonville area. We have a choke point there where CSX, Florida East Coast Railway, as well as Norfolk Southern converge. We need to upgrade the tracks, improve the signal system, and finally deal with that train that's traversing San Marco.
I know that train that goes through San Marco. Our studio, not far from there. How would that help? How would this project help?
So we have an aged track system. The system is very old in design. It doesn't have the modern signal systems that we have today, and so trains have to wait and make sure they safely are able to traverse that area. And with this signal upgrades and track upgrades, additional track that would be added, we literally will free up that area and trains will be able to move through much more efficiently.
Fast Lane sounds fantastic to me.
Oh, yes, it does.
Ford, I appreciate it. The CEO of JTA joining us this morning. Appreciate your time, sir.
Good to see you. Thank you.
This Week in Jacksonville airs each Sunday morning at this time. Mike Allen from Jack's Speech and Hearing. Also a look at the Jacksonville Symphony Orchestra's Holocaust Cantata. Those are some of the segments that will be coming up next Sunday at this time. I'm Kent Justice. Thanks for watching on air at Channel 4 and online at newsforjacks.com.
At News 4 Jax, we're always covering the news, even when we're not on TV. Stay informed, on the go, and online at newsforjacks.com.